Pasa YouTube.
And walk one people.
Yeah, guys, and for the of you who are wondering why I have Sour here, the way we started this, I will leave that down in the description because this is a bit of a long battle. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into the team preview thingy, bobber. We are facing InfernapeDLS, I believe. His link will be down in the description if he's got a channel. I don't really remember. But anyways, as you can see, we do have a hell team, which I will let Sour describe.
Okay, basically, Leo just goes, Sal, we need to, since I've been using quite, well, I've been messing around with Hale in OU, and he said, Sal, we need to make an OU team. I mean,
UU
UU
team.
team now. Wow, okay. I play too much OU. Anyway, but yeah, basically, we decided that we should base this around Hazard since we're both quite defensive players. So we got Frostlass for the spikes, and to abuse the Hail with Snowcloak. Then we've also got Nidoqueen with the Toxic Spikes. We've got Rapid support with Blastoise. And the Stealth Rock with Mamoswine, since we hope to full switch it, since nothing can really switch into Mamoswine because of his great attacking stat and his coverage moves. We've got Bulbasaur obviously for the Hail, since it's the only fully evolved Pokemon that can get it. And then we've got the Raikou, which may seem strange, but this is the Event Raikou, which is the rash nature with Weather Ball, which will turn into an Ice Stab, which is 100 base power, much better than HP Ice.
Really is.
Mind you. We've got T-Bolt, Volt Switch, and then also Aura Sphere, which he got from the event, which is excellent. Fighting Stab as well. From looking at the team from his side, big threats really are possibly Donphan because it does have the Rapid Spin, so it could be quite annoying, but as long as you get some Toxic Spikes down, it should wear down quickly, plus the Hail. Hariyama with the Fighting Stab, it could be problematic. We're not sure if it's either a Thick Fat defensive variant or the usual Guts Flame Orb. Raikou, we're not sure, it could be Calm Mind, could be a Choice Scarfer like us, so we have to watch out if it's also an event Pokemon, since Aura Sphere could be problematic. But the bigger threats right now are definitely the Victini with that ever so powerful Fighting Stab, so we need to make sure that Blastoise and Nidoqueen stick around for as long as possible. And we also got Zoroark as well, which could be problematic since it does have Flamethrower and a Night Daze, and just basically a pretty high speed without, I believe, base 105 base speed, so
yeah,
could be problematic, but as long as you play correctly, it should be okay. But Victini definitely needs to watch out for, since it could be Banded, Life Orb, etc.
Yep. So with the further ado, guys, I'm gonna let Sour get us right into the battle.
Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with the show.
So yeah, guys, we are going to lead off with Obama because we saw from the team preview that obviously he does not have any weather inducers himself. So right off the bat, we thought getting up the hill would be the best play, and just to scout out what he wants to lead off with, as he does lead off with his Donphan.
But yeah, but obviously because most people really do lead Zoroark, so we're just gonna scout out a tiny bit since there's no problem just switching out into our turtle #1, courtesy of Rick, our Blastoise, and it does turn out it is a Zoroark with the Flamethrower. We don't see any item on this thing, so we're immediately thinking probably Choice Scarf because of the low damage output from that Flamethrower.
True, or there's an off chance that he could be Focus Sash, which if he was, then he's pretty much useless at this point. So we're going to go for the Scald just to get some damage on the Zoroark. And here we are going to get a crit, which honestly was not needed as much as our move that we were going to make next turn.
Yeah, which actually will turn out to be the Toxic, as he actually does go for the Toxic as well. But of course we miss because we are playing with 6-foot hacks after all.
Shut up!
And he hits his own Toxic, 90 accuracy, but what can you do? That's the random number generator for you.
Yeah, honestly, I think we would have rather have had the Toxic hit instead of getting that Scald crit.
True. Although, to be fair, it may help us out later on in the match, as we'll come to that when we come. So, we're just going to go for the Toxic once again, as he switched out into his Donphan, since we did reveal it.
So, obviously, we know we can take anything he wants to throw at us, and if he does go for the rocks, we can easily 2-hit KO him with the Scald and hopefully be able to get off a Rapid Spin later on, because, as you saw from our team, rocks might be problematic to us.
Yeah, so, as we said, as the Toxic damage does rack up along with the Hail, since it is negating the leftovers, we're just going to go for a Scald. From prior experience, we know this will be a 2-hit KO, it'll bring him down to around yellow health. As he does lay up his rocks, but that's fine since we do have our Rapid Spinner out at this moment in time. So it's looking pretty fine for us. We're free to just stay in right here and stall this thing out since honestly we're at a very comfortable position.
So I wanted to go for the rapid spin, but Sour was like, no, go for the Scald, go for the Scald. I'm like, no, he's not gonna switch into Dusclops, go for the rapid spin. Sour was like, no, go for the Scald, and since we did go for the Scald, it is gonna pay off as we do manage to get the Scald burn on this Raikou as he sends it in.
Yeah, which is absolutely excellent, since although the burn won't cut his attack, because obviously Raikou is a special attacker, thanks to Hail, it will wear down this thing very quickly. Seeing as, again, we don't see any items, so it's obviously an attacker, maybe life orbs. And we also don't see leftovers, so we're assuming that this is probably choiced in some way, so it's not going to be the sub
Calm mindset.
calm mindset, possibly.
So yeah, we're gonna opt to switch out into our Nidoqueen because if he goes for the Volt Switch, obviously we resist it. If he goes for the Ovisphere, obviously we resist it as well. And originally I wanted to go into Frost Class, but Sour wanted to save it. So I guess in the long run, Nidoqueen was the better play as he does lock himself into the Aurasphere.
Yes, it could be problematic if we went into a Bomber Snow as well, since like it did have the Aura Sphere after all, if we tried to predict the T-Bolt. But regardless, we are going to just go straight for the Blizzards, seeing as there's nothing much this Raikou can do. He does sacrifice his Donphan, or possibly hoping that we would go for a layer of spikes or some sort of entry hazards. But that's not the case, and we take out that Donphan.
So he switches out into his Victini, which we do not want to stay in and take a V-Create. So we're going to take this opportunity to Death Fodder our Blastoids. Yes, we do lose our Rapid Spinner, and yes, rocks are still up. But hopefully we will be able to play around that, and hopefully they will not be that big of a trouble. Or big, yeah.
But the opponent does make a good play and go for the U-turn. I was kind of thinking that, but really hindsight is hindsight, and it was just the best overall move, really, just to sacrifice Blastoise, as he does switch out into Raikou, which is pretty much worn down. We barely touched that thing anyway, it was just a Scald. And now we're just going to switch out into our Bomb Snow.
So here is where we do reveal that we have Ice Shard over Blizzard, which this is a perfect example of where it comes in handy because we are able to still save our Mamoswine for later and not get that extra rock damage by just bringing in our Bentley and being able to KO with an Ice Shard.
Oh yeah, props if you actually get the reference to that nickname. I don't think SOURHAX it. But either way, it does confirm that this is the real Victini, as it does go for the V-Crate. We're just going to go for Protect, just to wear down the thing with the Hail, and then proceed to get off some damage as we leave our Bomb Snow as pivot fodder. Even though the Ice Shard does barely anything, it is also... You never know when that damage may come in handy. Since
hey, damage is still damage. So he's gonna kill us off with a 4x super effective stabbed V-Create, and that's overkill, like fucking 30 times over. So, sorry, Obama Snow, but so yeah. Actually, what did we go out into this turn?
I believe, well, first of all, we actually see that this thing is life form, so which is actually pretty nice for us, since we go into our Chester, the Raikou.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Oh my god. But either way, thanks to the special defense drop and the speed drop, we're going to be able to outspeed, because we are choice scarfed, go for that nice Volt Switch as we get switch advantage, as he does go into the Dusclops.
And that does absolutely nothing. So from the looks of it, his Donphan might have been his physical wall, as his Dusclops was a special wall, which would be a good reason why he took that so well. So here, normally Dusclops do carry the Seismic Toss, so we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to switch on to Frostlass, set up a substitute, and hopefully start setting up some spikes to start withering his team down more.
Yeah, I mean, we do that. We do get a free sub, since he'll probably go to go for the status, induce a move. I mean, like, but yeah, we're just going to proceed to let up a few layers of spikes. Okay, which is also problematic, but I know that SOURHAX was pretty upset when he saw the Nightshade.
Yeah, they've been like, why? No, you're supposed to carry fucking Seismic Toss, I
mean, I guess it is good for Miss Maggis, but regardless, we are just going to take him out with Blizzard, since he possibly may have had the Pain Split, and we didn't really want to get into a stall war right there and there, since it was just problematic.
Yeah, true. We could have set up our third layer of spikes, but we just wanted to get rid of this Dusclops right at the bat because we thought we might have some use for Frostlass later on in the battle.
Now that here is where the Stealth Rock would have been nice, since it does reveal that he is a Zorak and he is actually Scarf. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, he is Scarf, since I believe we outspeed, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Frostlass speed is 350 max, while SOURHAX is 339 max.
Okay. So here we're just going to go into our Fluffy Senior, go for the Ice Shard, Life Orb, Adamant, easy KO, right? Wrong.
Yeah, like what the fuck? This is raw power coming from a Mamoswine. Zorak has no defenses. How? Why? There's no possibility of you living this. Ah!
But thankfully, even though our defenses for Mammoth Spine are kind of piss poor, he does have a very nice HP stat, which will enable us to live this Night Days and fire off another Ice Shard, Life Orbs, and easily take that out with HP to spare.
Thank you, Fluffy Senior. Now Zorai can just go burn in fucking hell. That's one more problem out of the way.
Okay, so now all that we've got left is to worry about is this Victini and this Hariyama now. As he goes for a fake out, but he's actually Life Orbs, which is kind of strange. I would have thought he had the Flame Orb or Toxic Orb for that matter.
Yeah, true. I guess Life Orb could come in handy, but honestly, I think I'd rather have the Flame Orb over the Life Orb anytime. So we're gonna take this opportunity to switch out into our Nidoqueen just to get some extra damage. No, sorry. We're gonna switch out into our Raikou to go for the Volt Switch and get some extra damage from that.
Yeah, since like we know that the Nidoqueen needs to be on the play when the Hariyama dies, since like we're unsure if the Thunderbolt will KO, since Victini still does have 100 base in each and every stat.
True.
But it goes for the Bullet Punch, which is excellent. So that means that we'll be able to bring in Nidoqueen freely.
And be able to take anything he wants to throw at us. And on the off chance that he does carry the Earthquake, I'm pretty sure we might be able to live one, and hopefully still be able to get that V-Create off on us when he does bring in that Victini. As he just goes for the Bullet Punch for some reason, I guess he thought that we might have outsped him.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, well, we already outspeed, but
Sure. So here, the reason why we went for Toxic Spikes was on the off chance that we did need a bit of an insurance policy on that Victini. Even if he did have the -1, the extra toxic damage and hail damage would definitely come in handy to it being KO'd.
yeah, which is true. But now he does go for V-Create, easily knocks out our Nidoqueen at that amount of HP, regardless of us being relaxed, max HP, max defense, as the Toxic, Life Orb, and Hail damage are all racking up. So now Chester, the Raikou, is free to come in and absolutely wreck him with a Thunderbolts.
I wanted to be an asshole and go for the Aurus here, but Sarah was like, no, we need raw power. So we just went for the Thunderbolt, and that will be the narrow 1-0 victory in our favor.
You can't be an asshole. I mean, yeah, I'm sour.
Yeah, but it would have been funny. I would have been like, haha.
I can't. You need to like give your opponent some sort of credit.
Fine. But yeah, guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed this installment of Leo and Sour. I don't know if you guys did enjoy this. Leave a comment down below. We might continue this depending on if Sour's an asshole or not about it. But yeah, guys, with that, Sour's link is down in the description. I 100% recommend you to go check them out. Also, if you enjoyed the battle, like button down there, subscribe button up there. And with that, I'm pretty sure most of you stopped watching this battle because it's like half an hour long. So yeah, later.
Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.
Ah!